We're talking power. Now, we all know that Machiavelli, the author of The Prince, said that it was better to be feared than loved. That's an example of hard power. My next guest, the founder of the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy, Mark Donfried, says, maybe soft power is better. Mark, thanks for joining us. Let's talk about soft power, hard power in business specifically. Now, what I know is that business is a rough and tumble place, and sometimes you need to be tough. Explain how maybe soft is better than tough.
And I wouldn't actually say that soft power is better than tough, but I think there, as Hillary Clinton or as Joseph Nye at Harvard would say, smart power is actually what needed, the combination between hard and soft power. And in terms of business, I think the private sector is actually the quickest to know. The business is about relationships. If you want to have a relationship with a client, with an investor, or with a market, you need also to have understanding and trust. And I think that's where soft power can really assist in terms of actually making more money or losing money.
Now, on the trust issue, we've lost a lot of trust lately, especially in financial markets. Everybody's really scared. We saw the banks not even lending to each other. How could bankers and senior bankers go about reestablishing that trust using the idea of soft power?
Well, yeah, there it's essentially three basic steps: dialogue, understanding, and trust. So whether it's the foreign ministries of countries taking that seriously or the private sector, those are the three steps. And in the private sector, we've seen without trust, you can't do anything. And it's essential, I think, whether it's banking or investments.
Okay. Now, in establishing that trust, how do you stop the risk of looking weak? You know, some people who maybe like to be a little softer, maybe look weak in the eyes of some of their employees or their bosses. How do you get around that problem? Because it is real, right?
By having a combined strategy of carrots and sticks, in the sense, of course, one can't just be all talk and no action. So I think that's where the balance needs to happen. I think the last 8 years, in terms of American foreign policy, we didn't see much of a balance. It was very much hard power. The authenticity was lost. The legitimacy was lost. The trust was lost. So I think there, again, it's a very careful balancing. And if you show a client or an investor respect or trust, you're going to actually reap the benefits. So in that sense, there's really no risk of being looked upon as being weak or a win, if one has that balance.
Okay, now I used to design compensation programs once upon a time, and the one thing we knew that if we designed a compensation program correctly, we could just let the employees get on with doing what they would do because they knew they would be paid. So doesn't that sort of undermine the idea of the soft power? You just sort of roll that out there and people earn what they earn, and then you say good afternoon and you're done.
Not at all. I mean, you could look at the Marshall Plan in Germany after the Second World War as a great success story of actually the economic bridge and the cultural bridge going together. In the sense, soft power, in addition to actually real and concrete incentives in terms of actually assisting in the daily lives of individuals. So I think there, again, the two go hand in hand. You can't have the one without the other.
Okay, thank you. Mark Donfried, founder of the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy.